Hey, hey guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, 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 welcome, 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 guys. Hello, welcome to this social work exam prep live. Hello, hello. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat, guys. I am a social work exam prep coach. You have to bear with me. I am going live on two platforms. I am a social work exam prep coach, and I coach individuals on how to prepare the right way for the social work licensing exam. So if you are in this live, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat which exam are you preparing for this year. Maybe I should reframe the sentence. Maybe I should reframe the question. Which exam are you going to pass this year? Which exam are you going to pass this year? Hey Dexter. Hello, user mama. Hello, hello, hello. So I'm going live from two platforms today. Normally I am on one platform. I'm on TikTok, but I'm going live, guys. So let me know. Let me know in the chat, guys. Let me know which exam. Hello, hello. Which exam are you preparing for this exam? right, guys. If you're on TikTok, if you're on YouTube, guys, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat which exam are you preparing for this year? Which exam are you going to pass this year? The LMSW or the LCSW exam? All right, YouTube, I'm going to end the stream because I'm not sure if you guys can hear me. I'm going to end the stream. I'll try to come back once we resolve the tech issues. Okay. Hi. Hello there. Can you hear me? Are you able to hear me okay? Okay, user mama, you are prepared for the LCSW exam. Can you hear me okay? Okay, awesome. Well, then we're gonna go live then. All right, YouTube. So I'm expecting for you guys to be interactive, like my TikTok community. So again, I'm gonna be reading comments from both as well. So Cassie says she's gonna be taking the LMSW in 40 days. We got an LCSW. Marina says she's gonna be taking it. She's gonna be taking the LMSW. YouTube, let me hear you. YouTube, you guys are in the room. Let me know which exam are you passing this year. So for those of you, if this is new to you, if I'm new to you, if you've never seen me before, welcome, welcome, welcome to this side of YouTube land, this side of TikTok land. I am Terica Hardy. I am a social work exam prep coach. I help individuals prepare for the LMSW and the LCSW's exam. Individuals prepare for the LMSW and the LCSW's exam. Within the last 3 months, I have helped 95 social workers pass the LMSW, LCSW exams. I'm so excited about those results. And I just believe that many of you found me because it is time for you to get serious about your exam prep. So I'm a little bit different. Help individuals prepare for the exam a little bit differently. Number one, I do believe that you need to know the content. You need to know the content. Like you need to know Piaget, Erickson, Kohlberg. You need to know the content. But I also know that many of you overstudy sometimes. And so you need to know what to do with the content once you've studied it. You need to know what to do with the content. You need to know how to break down questions. And so that is what I teach. That is what I train on. I train you on how to use the information that you already have in your head that you studied, right? You spent all of this time studying. I teach you how to use that information to be able to dissect the question successfully, guys. That is what I do. That's what I'm all about, helping you to build your confidence, build your skills in breaking down questions successfully. And again, I'm going live on two different platforms today. So we're going to see how this goes and if I'll continue to do it. But it's kind of exciting for me today. So guys, again, welcome, welcome, welcome. If TikTok land, if this is your first time joining me, I don't know what you're waiting on. YouTube, if this is your first time joining me, I don't know what you're waiting on. YouTube, you need to hit the subscribe button. TikTok, you need to hit the follow button because I go live when I'm able. I don't necessarily have a set schedule at this time, so I go live when I'm able. And if you begin to show me some more love, I'll go live on YouTube even more often, guys. So definitely hit the subscribe button. uh, Cookie Edition says from TikTok, she says, I've joined your fan club for 1 month. Thank you, Cookie Edition. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you so much for the love. So, what I need you guys to do right now what I need you guys to do right now is I need you to share this live, share the live, because what I do know is that many of you have colleagues, right? You have colleagues, you have friends that are preparing for the exam just like you, right? And I want them to get in on this exam prep goodness. So, guys, be sure to share this live. Be sure to share the live. All right, guys. All right, all right, all right. So, if you guys are ready, I do have a practice question. If you guys are ready for the practice question, I need to see it in the chat. I need to see ready, roll in the chat. Let me know. I need to see ready in the chat. Also, it's like I need to also for you guys to tap that screen and give me some hearts, show me some love. You know my love language, right? So Cassidy says ready, Amanda says ready, Tab says ready, Cookie Edition says ready. Let's go. Awesome, awesome, awesome. What about you, YouTube? What about you? Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for the practice question? Like Jazz says, let it roll. Are you guys ready for the practice question? I mean, it's a Saturday morning. It's 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Now, if you're on Eastern, it's 11, right? So we're going up this morning, right? We're going up this morning. So let me go ahead and share the question. All right. I'm going to share the question on YouTube as well. All right. So here's the question. A social worker is providing counseling to a client who has been unemployed for several months. During a session, the client says, I was offered a job yesterday, but I turned it down. The pay wasn't great. And honestly, I'm worried that if I take the wrong job, I'll get stuck there forever. The client reports increasing financial stress and difficulty paying monthly bills. Identify the social worker's most appropriate action. A, help the client identify the advantages and disadvantages of accepting future job opportunities. B, explore the client's fears about accepting employment and making the wrong decision. C, refer the client to financial assistance resources and reduce immediate stress. D, encourage the client to accept the next reasonable job offer that becomes available. So let me know in the chat, guys. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat which answer are you choosing? What's going to be your answer? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Okay, I have B. We have a lot of individuals choosing B. B. We have A. So we got C. We've got B on YouTube. We got some individuals that chose B. Let me know in the chat. We have A, we got B. Oh, somebody says it's B. Let me know in the chat, guys. Let me know in the chat which answer you are choosing. All right, I'm going to read it again. A social worker is providing counseling to a client who has been unemployed for several months. During a session, the client says, I was offered a job yesterday, but I turned it down. Thank you so much for the hearts. Thank you so much, Jessica, for the heart. The social work the During the session, the client says, I was offered a job yesterday, but I turned it down. The pay wasn't great, and honestly, I'm worried that if I take the wrong job, I'll get stuck forever. The client reports increasing financial stress and difficulty paying monthly bills. Identify the social worker's most appropriate action. Okay. All right. A, help the client identify advantages and disadvantages of accepting future job opportunities. B, explore the client's fears about accepting employment. Okay, Aiden. B, explore this client's fears about accepting employment and making the wrong decision. C, refer the client to financial assistance resources to reduce immediate stress. D, encourage the client to accept the next reasonable job offer that becomes available. All right, guys. So while we're waiting for the others to put your answer in the chat, what I need from you is I need for you to, if you haven't followed me, be sure to follow me or subscribe to my channel. Follow me, my profile, definitely, because I go live as often as I am able to, because I want you guys to build your confidence and in your ability to pass this exam. I'll wait a few more minutes. I see some more individuals have entered the room. A few more minutes, and then we'll break it down. All right. Awesome, Laura. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Congratulations, Laura. Congratulations, Laura. Listen, y'all, Laura passed her exam in April. Laura, if you've attended any of my lives, if you attended any of my strategy sessions or my workshops, or if you've looked at my videos and I've helped you in any way, I want you to DM me to let me know. DM me to let me know so that I can celebrate you. Congratulations, Laura. Congratulations. Yes, congratulate her. Okay, all right. So let's break this down. So we have a social worker is providing counseling to a client. The client has been unemployed for several months. The client is stating that they was offered a job. The client states that they was offered a job yesterday, but they turned it down. The pay wasn't great. They're worried. They was worried if they take the wrong job, they'll get stuck there forever. The client reports increasing financial stress and difficulty paying monthly bills. Identify the social worker's most appropriate action. So let me know in the chat, guys. Let me know in the chat. Aiden, I see you over here. You chose B. Let me know in the chat which answer should I eliminate first? Which answer should I eliminate first? Okay, guys, let me know in the chat. Okay, somebody's saying C over here. Somebody says A. All right. Okay, I see D, C, and D. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat which answer should I eliminate first. Awesome. Awesome, Laura. Awesome. Congratulations. You passed the counseling exam. Awesome. I've had several individuals who message me to tell me that my strategies has helped them and they are a counselor. They took the NCE as well. So that is amazing. I love to hear it. Turning down a job is wild. Aquin, have you chosen the answer? Okay, so you guys are saying I should eliminate D. Encourage the client to accept the next reasonable job offer that becomes available. I would indeed eliminate D. Listen, for the exam, you want to kind of side eye. You want to really think about looking at answers that would encourage the client to do different things or highly recommend the client to do different things because we got to remember our values and remember best practice. Okay. And so we don't want to impede on the client's autonomy. We don't want to impede on the client's autonomy. All right. So D, we are eliminating D. All right. So let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat what is the next answer? What answer should we eliminate next? What answer should we eliminate next? Okay, Miss DVB. So somebody saying I changed my mind. Okay, you changed your mind. Somebody's saying okay, You're saying that we should eliminate C. Okay, it's a consensus C. I'm saying let me read C. Refer the client to financial assistance resources to reduce immediate stress. C. Yes, we would eliminate C. Right now, we are not going to refer the client out at this time, right? We're not going to refer the client out this time. All right. So we have eliminated C and we have eliminated D. And if you're just joining, I want to know in the chat. I want to know in the chat which answer are you choosing for this practice question. If you're just joining, I need to know in the chat which answer you're choosing for this practice question. All right. So we have eliminated C and D. So we've eliminated it, and now we're down to A and B. A, help the client identify the advantages and disadvantages of accepting future job opportunities. B, explore the client's fears about accepting employment and making the wrong decision. Now I need you to let me know in the chat. I need you to let me know in the chat right now. Let me know in the chat which team you're on. Are you team A or are you team B? I need to know. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Okay, team B, team B. And guys, while you're waiting, if you haven't followed me, hit the follow button. Guys, if you enjoy this practice session, if you enjoy the practice questions, hit the follow button and follow me, because on this side of TikTok, on this side of YouTube, we prepare for this exam because you guys need to get licensed, right? So be sure to follow me. So we have a team B, J Rock. So we have eliminated C, J Rock. So C is off the table. We've eliminated C. We're not choosing C. C is off the table. So you could. So let me block this person. So which So we've eliminated C. So we have A and C. So if we had to choose the best answer, if we had to choose the best answer, and for this exam, you have to choose it's not the answer that could work, it's the best answer. The best answer would be A, to help the client identify the advantages and disadvantages of accepting future job opportunities. Okay. So we would choose A. All right. Yes, A. This is the most appropriate action. Many of you are thinking that this is a first question. Many of you are thinking that this is a first question. This is the most appropriate action. This client has been unemployed for several months. It didn't say that it's the initial session, it says during a session. And so let me ask you guys, how did you do? If you struggle with questions like this, I'm hosting a strategy lab for you on Monday. If you know that you struggle with questions, if you know that you struggle with breaking down questions like this one, first, next, best, and most, it's the appropriate action. And I talk about that, right? I talk about that. So if you know that you struggle with identifying, because we identified it, we narrowed it down to two. If you have an issue, if you struggle with breaking the tie between two answers when two answers seem correct, Weird is awesome. It's Monday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and you can sign up via the link in my bio. Sign up for the link in my bio. For 90 minutes, you're going to get live coaching from me in my strategy sessions. For 90 minutes, I'm going to teach you one strategy. You won't get the whole framework, but you will get one strategy that will help you to break the tie when you're stuck between two answers. It's going to be one strategy. And then after that strategy, in that same session, I'm going to give you practice questions back to back, and I'm going to coach you live in that session on how to use my strategy to break down questions inside of the live. You can click the link in my bio to join. It should be the first button via the link in my bio. Let me paste it here. The link, guys, click the link in my bio. Yes, go definitely. Weird is awesome. I'll be here when you get back. It is, Emily, it's not free. The investment is $37. So for $37, you're going to get live coaching from me, and I'm going to teach you a strategy, and I'm going to give you practice questions and teach you how to use that strategy to break the tie between two answers. Jewel says, I took it 2 weeks ago. It was very helpful. I tested in August. Yes, guys, when I tell you within the last 3 months, right? Within the last 3 months, my strategies have helped 95 social workers pass the LMSW and LCSW exams. Many of them found me via social media. They found me via social media, looked at my videos, came into my lives, enjoyed the way that I break down questions. Listen, if you enjoy the way that I break down questions in this live, then you're going to enjoy, you definitely will enjoy it inside of my strategy lab. Definitely. Yes, Nicole says she thoroughly enjoyed the one that I had on June 4th. Emily, I do plan to have some in the future, so definitely follow me. So yes, that's a great question. So will the strategy help for um yeah, you can join after this live. You can join during the live as well if you want, but you can join after this live. So somebody's asking, will it help for the changes? Yes, let me tell you why. This strategy in the strategy lab, I'm not teaching content. I'm not teaching content, right? I do that in other sessions. I do that in my intensive sessions. I do that via my online course. I'm not teaching you information and information. I'm not teaching you concepts and theories. I'm giving you a strategy and how it helps. It can help the exam if you're taking it now before the changes, or if you're taking the exam after the changes. Let me tell you why. The exam is changing in different areas, but what is not changing is you will have to be able to answer application and reasoning questions. And that is what my strategies are created to do. Help you to be more precise and resolute on how to break down application and reasoning questions. And so the application and reasoning questions for many of you, you're going for the LMSW exam, you're going for the LCSW exam. And so for the application questions, you are required to answer more application and reasoning questions. And many of you, that is where you're choking up. That many of you, that's where you have the struggle and the strategy to struggle with, right? You generally you second guess yourself. Awesome, Nicole. Nicole says she signed up for Monday and July 6th. You test July 9th. Awesome, Nicole. I'm looking forward to having you inside of the strategy lab. And you signed up for the July 6th, the deep dive live. I'll explain the deep dive live in just a moment. So I'm excited to have you. Awesome, Aiden. Yes, I love it. Awesome, Aiden. You signed up for Monday too. I'm loving it. Awesome. Yes, guys, go and secure your spot because you guys know every time I have a strategy lab, we sell out. We sell out, and the link will deactivate once we reach capacity. So make sure that you sign up. These strategies are helpful. I studied for 4 months daily with over, yes, awesome. Thank you, Laura. Glad that the strategies have helped you to pass your exam. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yes, I am aware of the new format. So for those of you that do not know, ASWB is change the exam is changing beginning in August. All right. So here are the changes. Here's the breakdown. So right now, the current exam is 170 questions. You get 4 hours to answer the questions. You have 4 content domains. You have human development and diversity, you have assessment and diagnosis, you have intervention, and you have ethics and values. All right. That's the current exam, right? That's the current exam format. So for the new format, all right, after August 3rd, the number of questions will decrease. All right. So you no longer have 170, you have 122 questions. And out of the 122 questions, 110 of those questions will be scored to determine if you pass the exam. Now, here's the thing that I noticed as a person that I followed the different changes over the years for the SWB social work exam. Here's what I've noticed. What I noticed is that the number of questions has significantly decreased, but ASWB is still allowing you 4 hours to answer the questions. Now, I believe that they kept and they allowed you to have the 4 hours to answer the questions. If I can be honest with you, because you're going to need it, because you're going to need it. Tiffany, the strategy lab is this Monday, June 22nd at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can get to it via the link in my bio. You can sign up for it via the link in my bio. Now, because you're going to need that time to answer those questions. All right. So, what that may mean, What that may mean is that you're going to have to be a little bit more precise in being able to break down the application and reasoning questions. All right. And so, again, and again, that's why I teach the strategies the way that I do. That is why I teach the strategies the way that I do. If you're just joining, guys, I'm sharing that I am having a social work exam prep strategy lab on Monday, June 22nd. Guys, it's 90 minutes of live coaching from me. Um, 90 minutes of live coaching from me. 90 minutes of live coaching from me. I'm going to teach you one strategy. This strategy has helped 95 social workers and some counselors taking the NCE, 95 social workers within the past 3 months pass the exam. These social workers are represented across the nation: Pennsylvania, New York State, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Tennessee, Alabama, several states, but 95 social workers passed the exam, right? So again, you guys, one second. Okay. So again, you guys can click the link in my bio to join the strategy lab. Okay, Tab says she's going to sign up now. I'll be here when you get back, Tab. All right. Any questions, guys? Does anyone have any questions? Definitely, guys, if you haven't followed me, be sure to follow me because I go live when I'm able. I don't have a set schedule at this time, so be sure to follow me. But if you have any questions about exam prep, please let me know. Please let me know. Any questions, guys? Any questions about exam prep? For those of you that are just joining, do you need congratulations, Dexter. Keep going for that BSW. Keep going for that BSW. I'm so glad the lives are helping you. So glad the lives are helping you. If you're just joining, if you need me to go over the practice question again, type a one in the chat. Type a one in the chat if you're just joining and you need me to go over the practice question again. Wondering who I actually have. Okay, Queenie says one. Woo says one. Okay, you guys need me to go over the practice question again. Okay, we'll go over the practice question in just a moment. We'll go over the practice question in just a moment. Let's go over the practice question again. All right. I do plan to have more strategy labs, Tiffany. I do plan to have more strategy labs. So definitely follow me and stay connected. All right. A social worker is providing counseling to a client who has been unemployed for several months. During a session, the client says, I was offered a job yesterday, but I turned it down. The pay wasn't great. And honestly, I'm worried that if I take the wrong job, I'll get stuck there forever. The client reports increasing financial stress and difficulty paying monthly bills. Identify the social worker's most appropriate action. A, help the client identify the advantages and disadvantages of accepting future job opportunities. B, explore the client's fears about accepting employment and making the wrong decision. C, refer the client to financial assistance resources and reduce immediate stress. D, encourage the client to accept the next reasonable job offer that becomes available. Let me know in the chat, guys. Let me know in the chat which answer you are choosing. Let me know in the chat which answer you're choosing. Dexter says A. Is it Naya or Nia? Says A. We have C. Have several A's. C. Let me know in the chat which answer you are choosing. Okay. Mika says B. Okay. I see you, Mika. Bree says A. All right, let me know. I'm going to read it again. A social worker is providing counseling to a client who has been unemployed for several months. During a session, the client says, I was offered a job yesterday, but I turned it down. The pay was great. And honestly, I'm worried that if I take the wrong job, I'll get stuck forever. The client reports increasing financial stress and difficulty paying monthly bills. Identify the social worker's most appropriate action. A, help the client identify the advantages and disadvantages of accepting future job opportunities. B, explore the client's fears about accepting employment and making the wrong decision. C, refer the client to financial assistance resources to reduce immediate stress. D, encourage the client to accept the next reasonable offer that becomes available. Let me know in the chat. Let me know. Let me know. All right, YouTube. Let me hear you. Let me see it. All right, YouTube. Let me know which answer you're choosing over here. All right, guys. Okay. So we have the social worker is providing counseling. All right. It's a session with the client. The client has been unemployed for several months. Right. The client says they was offered a job yesterday. They turned it down. The pay wasn't great. And they turn it down because they're worried that if they take the wrong job, they'll get stuck forever. The client reports increasing financial stress and difficulty paying monthly bills. Identify the social worker's most appropriate action. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat which answer we should eliminate first. Mika, you changed it to C? Tell me why you changed it to C, Mika. Tell me why you changed it to C. You said maybe C. Let me know why you changed it. Let me know in the chat, guys, which answer we should eliminate first. Okay? Which answer should I just like throw off the table? I'm throwing that answer out. I'm not even considering that answer. Which answer should I throw out? Let me know, guys, in the chat. Let me know. Okay, so you're saying eliminate A. Okay, D. Let me know. Let me know over here. Eliminate D. Okay. B. Okay. I'm seeing. Okay. C. D. Okay. We have a diverse uh, choices of answers right now. Okay. Mika says choosing C because of the financial stress and difficulty paying the bills because it's a basic need. Okay. So you're choosing C. Mika, which answer should I eliminate first? Which answer should I eliminate first? Oh, you change from A to B, making a wrong decision will be a judgmental by a social worker. Oh, you change from A to B. All right. So many of you changing your answers. I need you. Listen, you guys need to join me inside of my strategy lab on Monday. Like if you're changing your answers, like I have a rule of thumb about changing the answers. Okay. Mika says I should eliminate D, right? I should eliminate D. So let's look at D. Let's look at D. D, encourage the client to accept the different, I'm sorry. D, encourage the client to accept the next reasonable job offer that becomes available. I agree, guys. I agree that D should be eliminated. I agree. That is, it just doesn't align with our social work values. It doesn't align with really our MO as social workers. It doesn't align with it. It's kind of you have to watch, even though it sounds nice, encourage the client. You're kind of it could be looked at, you're kind of swaying the client and basically telling the client what to do. We don't even know that's what the client wants to do to accept the next job offer, right? So we're eliminating D, we're taking D off of the table. All right, so which answer should I eliminate next? Which answer should I eliminate next? Now we've taken D off of the table, guys. Which answer should I eliminate next? Let me see it in the chat. Okay. Somebody's saying A. Somebody's saying C. All right. Mika, Those of you on both platforms, which answer? Let me give me something in the chat. Which answer? What's the next answer I should eliminate? Many are saying C. Many are saying C. All right. So we're gonna look at C. We're gonna look at C. Refer the client to financial assistance resources to reduce immediate stress. Now, while this could possibly work, and so this is why it's important. This could possibly work, but it's not. You got to think of. You got to look at what the question is. It wouldn't be the most appropriate action. It would not be the most appropriate action at this time. C would not be the most appropriate action. I know that they're under financial stress, but it wouldn't be the most appropriate action. So we have eliminated C and D. Tierra says, nah, I don't know. Let me keep A. Tierra, you going back to A? Tierra says, I'm going back to A. So let me know, guys. So we have eliminated C and D. We have eliminated C and D. So I need you guys to sound off in this chat and let me know. Now we've taken two answers off of the table for you, right? We've narrowed it down, right? It's between A and B. A, help the client identify the advantages and disadvantages of accepting future job opportunities. B, explore the client's fears about accepting employment and making the wrong decision. I need to know in the chat, are you team A or team B? Let me know. Let me know in the chat, are you team A or team B? I know both of them are a good option. And honestly, C is not bad, but it's not the best answer. Okay. Oh, we have kind of, okay. So we've got, you guys are telling me, okay. Okay. Somebody's saying it's B. It's B. Let me see. Somebody's saying it's team A. Ooh, team B. Bree says, I'll stick with A. Okay. Somebody said, I address her fears, B. Let me know in the chat, guys. For those of you that are just joining, this is a social work exam practice question. We have eliminated C and D, and now I'm asking you, are you team A and B? We've taken C and D off of the table. C and D, they're off of the table. Team B is coming in strong. It's like, it's B. It's B. Oh my goodness. You guys are loud in the comment section. All right, so if we had to choose the best answer, and for the ASWB exam, they're not asking which answer to identify all the answers that will work. You need the right answer, the best answer. If we had to choose the best answer between A and B for this question, the correct answer would be A. Help the client identify the advantages and disadvantages of accepting future job opportunities. Help the client to identify. I know you guys, I know you're grabbing your pearls right now. I know you wanted to choose B, explore the client's fear. I know you want to choose B and explore those clients' fears about accepting the employment and making the wrong decision, but it's the most appropriate action. It's the most appropriate action. And if you got it wrong, listen, as an exam prep coach, my my concern is not how many practice questions you can get correct. Okay. All right. I get so many DMs oftentimes like, Terica, I took a practice test. I got this many correct. Do you think I'm ready for the exam? Right. That's not my concern as an exam prep coach. My concern as an exam prep coach is, if you got an answer wrong, do you know why it's wrong? Do you understand why the correct answer is correct? Right. So you're not going to, when you see a most appropriate action, right, you've got to do what is most effective to help the client. Now we can explore their fears, but you gotta understand, this is why you guys need to be inside of my strategy lab. I'm having a social work exam prep strategy lab on Monday, June 22nd. You can get to it via the link in my bio. Guys, I'm giving you a strategy to help break the tie when you are stuck between two answers on the exam because it has you in a chokehold. And quite frankly, as an exam prep coach, I don't like that. I want you guys to be more resolute and precise in the way that you're choosing and breaking down these questions. Many of you, you've bought every study guide known to man. You're listening to every video, right? And you're still wondering why you're walking in that exam room and you're walking out and your score does not reflect the information that you know. And it's because possibly because of several things. I'd have to talk to you to figure out exactly, but it could be a few things. A few things come to top of mind. Number one is because you're second guessing yourself and you're overthinking. You spend precious time on this exam. You spend precious time breaking down the question. Choose your answer. You save the question, and then you go back and change the answer. And I can tell you right now that is costing you points, ladies and gentlemen, on the exam. You need a more organized way of how to break down questions, especially when you're stuck between two answers. And the strategy that I'm teaching on Monday is the strategy to help you to break the tie when two answers seem correct. And so if you know that I'm talking to you, run, don't walk to the link in my bio to join me inside of the strategy session. If you're wondering how much it is, the investment is only $37. So for $37, and I'm serious about my time now. So it's 90 minutes. Okay. It starts at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time this Monday, June 22nd, and it at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, right? So it starts at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You got 90 minutes with me. Awesome, Tab. You're registered. I love to see it. I love to see it. You've got 90 minutes with me, right? And I'm not, and I don't make any apologies about it. And I'm not going to play with your time because I don't play with mine. This is it's like this. This is how it's going. I'm going to teach you the strategy. One strategy is what we're focusing on Monday. I'm teaching you the strategy, and then I'm giving you questions back to back. And I'm going to show you how to use the strategy that I just taught you to help you to apply it to break down questions on the exam. The strategies have helped 95 social workers within the past 3 months pass the exam. They're from across the nation: Minnesota, Michigan, Maryland, Washington State, New York State, Alabama, Tennessee, Georgia, right? It has helped those individuals. Now, results may vary. I am not guaranteeing that you're going to pass the exam, but what I can tell you is that it helped the 95. Now, why am I doing this? It's simple. I'm on a mission to help 200 social workers pass the exam by December 31st, 2026. And I believe that I am going to hit that mark, right? If you're going to be one of my 200 social workers, type me in the chat. Type me in the chat if you're going to be one of my 200 social workers. Cookie Edition says, "Run, don't walk. I'm there already and waiting on more to sign up for." Yes, stick with me, Cookie Edition. I've got some great things coming down the pipe, guys. Great things coming down the pipe. If you know that that's you, yes, July 9th. Yes, if you know that that's you, get inside of my strategy lab. Simone, you're taking it July 9th. Listen, if you are available on Monday, Simone, hit the link and join me, Simone. Hit the link and join me. Let me put a strategy in your hand. Here's the thing, guys. Okay, is it Malia? Okay, Malia says, I just registered for Monday. I'm loving it. Yes, y'all, get your seats. Get your seats. Get your seats. Yes, you was the last one. Awesome, awesome. Yes, again, get your seats. Here's why I want to get that strategy in your hands. It doesn't matter if you're taking your exam next week or next month or 3 months from now. I want to get the strategy in your hands as soon as possible. All right, so that you can start practicing. And here's the thing: number two things that I ask of you. If you come to my strategy session and when you pass, I want you to let me know, because when you win, I win. I want you to message me, DM me, send me some type of smoke signals, right? Right? Let me know. And if you're and guys, if you're on another platform listening to me, guys, you can check the chat for the link. I posted the link in the chat for you to register. You can check the chat and click that link to register. For those of you that you can also check my profile on TikTok. You can check my profile, and it is via the link in my bio. It's via the link in my bio. Malia, if you keep second guessing yourself, let me tell you guys something. Second guessing is a byproduct of anxiety. Here's what people don't will not tell you. This exam is not an intelligence exam. It's not an intelligence test. This exam is a performance exam. All right, Jazz. Okay, I see you, Jazz. I see the question. I'll address it in a minute. It is not an intelligence exam. This is a performance exam. It's all about how you perform within the boundaries of those 4 hours, right? This is why you guys are amazing social workers, but you're wondering why my score does not reflect how amazing I am. It's a performance event, guys. And the moment that you start preparing for and viewing this exam as a performance event is the moment that the game changes for you and your exam prep approach, it shifts. And so you have to think about it. So second guessing yourself is a byproduct of it. Most of the time, individuals that I've worked with that second guess themselves, you're second guessing yourself because of the anxiety and because generally you're going by intuition and what sounds good. You need a more focused approach in how to break down questions. So if you're second guessing yourself, you need a strategy to help anchor you. So when you identify, you know what, I'm second guessing myself. You know what, it stops now. It stops now. I'm going to pull out this strategy that I learned inside of Terica's Strategy Lab, and I'm going to trust the process. This strategy was created for when you're in tight places, in tight places on the exam, like when it's tight. All right. So definitely, if you're wondering how to sign up for the Strategy Lab, you can click the link in my bio. The link is also available in the chat on my other platforms as well. So you can click the link in my bio. Yes, change your mindset. Absolutely. Change your mindset. The confidence level has to come up. Why is it A? Why is it A? Is the presenting problem focused on the problem itself versus application? So, Jazz, it's A because it's asking for the most appropriate action. It's A because it's asking for the most appropriate action. And I know it's tricky. It's not asking what the social worker should do first, right? The client's issue is that they do not have a job, and the financial stress is increasing. But they have a solution. The solution is there in front of their face. They just had a solution. They just had a job offer, but they turned it down. So we need to be more intervention focused here, and we need to help them to identify the advantages and disadvantages. Because if not, this client is going to still continue to come to you and come to you talking about financial stress, but they're turning down jobs. So exploring the client's fears sounds good, but that's not what the question is asking here. See? Yeah. 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 Jess says, oh, see, yeah. So think about it. If you are enjoying this session now, like think about my strategy lab, and it's going to be on times 10. If you're in here in the room and you've attended my strategy sessions, tell the people that my strategy sessions, I don't present and give you fluff. I don't give fluff because I want results. When you win, I win. And if there's ever a time in our profession for you to be licensed, now is the time. Now is the time. And here's why I say this because of the social work licensing compact act, right? So right now, and it has not passed legislation, but right now there's about 30, it could be more now, states as a part of the compact act. If your home state is a part of the compact act, if you're already licensed and your home state is a part of the compact act, when this legislation passes, guys, You will wake up, you'll go to sleep licensed in your home state and wake up licensed in 30 or more states. Like if that doesn't excite you, I don't know what will excite you. Okay, if that doesn't excite you, I don't know what will. What does that mean? Somebody put some money bags, like money emojis in the chat. What does that mean? That means your earning potential has increased significantly. Not even 10x. It's like 30x, right? Your earning potential, because you're no longer bound to practicing within the boundaries of your home state. Now you can practice across state lines, and you have a bigger impact of serving more individuals. Hello, somebody. Hello, somebody. Now, it may just be me. I've been in the profession for 19 years, and this is something that we've been wanting, right? And so it's closer. My understanding as I follow it, we're closer than we've ever been, right? It is not in legislation yet, but the thing of it is, I want you guys to be in front of it. I don't want you guys to say, oh, the Social Work Licensing Compact Act just passed legislation. Let me go and get licensed. I want you to already have your licensure. Kayla, are you asking about my strategy lab when you say are you asking if the strategy lab is for new future licensed social workers? Are you asking about the workshop that I'm having on Monday? Or are you asking about the Licensing Compact Act? April, that's a good question. I may do a practice questions in another live about that. So April, definitely follow me if you haven't followed me, definitely follow me. I may do a practice question about that. Okay, Kayla. So for the strategy lab that I'm having on Monday, it is for those that are preparing to take the licensure exam. Okay. So if you're preparing to take the LMSW exam or the LCSW licensure exam, I'm giving you a strategy. I'm showing you a strategy that can help you to break down questions. Okay. I'm giving you a strategy that will help you to break down questions. That is happening on Monday. You can get to the link available. The link is available via my bio. Via my profile, under my profile picture, you can get to the link. The investment is $37. And for 90 minutes, I'm going to teach you one strategy, and I'm going to give you practice questions back to back. And I'm going to show you how to use that strategy to break down questions so that these questions won't have you guys in the chokehold. Now, for the next question, the Social Work Licensing Compact Act. The Social Work Licensing Compact Act is for those that are licensed. Now, your home state will have to be a part of the Compact Act, right? And so you'll have to look and research in terms of your home state to see if they're part of the Compact Act. But that is for individuals that are already licensed. So that is why I encourage you guys to go for it. Get serious about your exam prep. Level up on strategy so that you can be licensed and get in front of it. Queenie 9 says, this is my second time attending strategy lab. I will be in attendance tomorrow. So Queenie 9, it's not tomorrow, it's Monday. It's not tomorrow, it's Monday. And so the strategy lab is on Monday, June 22nd. I know today may seem like a Sunday because for many of you guys, yesterday was a holiday, Juneteenth holiday. So for some of you guys, it may seem like a Sunday, but the strategy lab is on Monday, June 22nd. It's happening at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's happening 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can look, if you want to register for it, you can look at I posted the link in the chat for you guys and some for you guys that's on the YouTube platform. For if you're on TikTok, it is available via the link in my bio. Yes. Okay, Queenie. I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure you knew when it's happening. That's okay. So this will be your first time testing. Awesome. So Queenie. So for those of you, about 25% of the social workers that have used the strategies that I've assisted to help pass the exam, about 25% of them are first time takers, right? So that's awesome. That's great. So I want you to get inside of the lab. When are you testing, Queenie? I want you to get inside of the strategy lab, and glad that you're joining me on Monday. The other 75%, they've taken it before, they're taking it again. Generally, on average, they've taken it about 2 to 3 times, and then they find me, get the strategy, and we build that confidence, and they go in, and they go in, and the goal is to dominate. Also, guys, let me know in the chat if you struggle with community questions. If you struggle with the macro social work, if you struggle with community questions, let me know in the chat, guys. Type a one in the chat, type me, give me something. If you struggle with macro social work concepts, if you struggle with community and macro questions, if those community questions are, if they give you fear, right, let me know. Tab says me. I bet you're not the only one. Jewel says you struggle. Okay, you struggle with theories, Jewel. Okay, Jewel, I go over theories really well. I have an online social work exam prep course. Like I break down the theories really well in that course. Like it's available via the link in my bio. If you struggle with community or macro social work questions, I'm having something that I call the Social Work Deep Dive Live session. It is happening. It is not the same thing as my strategy lab. Strategy lab is happening on this Monday. The deep dive live session is happening on July 6th. July 6th. And so what this is we're only focusing on one topic, and that's macro social work and those community questions. Okay? Because they have you in a chokehold, and I don't like that. I don't like that when you hear community questions, you freeze up or you think about, oh my gosh, those questions are difficult, right? We're going to look at it. We are going to deep dive. We're going to look at some concepts that relate to community social work practice, macro social work practice. We're going to talk about. I'm going to show you how they show up on the exam, or how they could possibly show up on the exam, and we're going to go over practice questions right inside of that deep dive live session. If you know that that's you and you want to get in front of these community questions, you don't want them to have you in a chokehold anymore, sign up for the Deep Dive Live. That is also available via the link in the chat, and also available via the link in my profile, right? Via the link in my profile. All right, guys. Okay, yes, Cookie Edition. I'm working on it. I'm working on it for sure. Guys, this has been a great live. This has been a great live. If you are joining me, be sure to, if you want to join the Monday strategy session, be sure to click the link in my bio. If you want to join both the Monday and the July 6th deep dive session, you can click the link in my bio. When you sign up, let's say you're signing up for the strategy lab, you can sign up for the strategy lab and a deep dive live session. You can sign up for them at the same time. You can click a button and it'll add it on to your order. So definitely. So guys, this has been great. Awesome, Kayla. Yes, yes, yes. I love the new followers. I love my faithful followers as well, guys. This has been amazing, guys. This has been a great live session today. I hope that you've learned something. I hope that you are building your confidence. You're looking at exam prep in a different way. Again, yes. Queenie Nine says, will you have more after July 9th? Yes. You can expect to have more after July 9th. I will release and announce more offers and sessions during my strategy lab, because I always give those that attend the strategy lab, I give them first dibs on offerings as well. So guys, be sure to follow me. Be sure to join my email list, guys. Okay. And definitely, guys, if you know, listen, the second guessing stops here. Let me talk to you guys for a moment. The second guessing stops here. Somebody type stop in the chat. Type the word stop in the chat. The second guessing, it stops today. Somebody type the word stop. Give me a stop sign, emoji. Honey, give me something in this chat. It stops today. Thank you, Queenie Nine. It stops today. If you know that you need the strategy, if you know that you could use the strategy to help you to break down questions, don't second guess this one. Join the lab on Monday. Don't second guess it. We've got to stop second guessing decisions and making decisions, right? We've got to stop that. We got to stop this decision fatigue. All right. Now, if you're joining me on Monday, if you're joining me on July 6th, either one, and you know there's a social work bestie, there's a social work colleague, you know that they can use the strategy session, you know that they could use my live coaching. Listen, guys, don't gatekeep. Share this with them. Tell them to join. Tell them to join. Tell them you're joining. Tell them to join you on Monday night. All right. Tell them to join you on Monday night. All right. So, guys, this has been a great live. I will see you guys again soon. You guys take care, and I hope you have an amazing Saturday. Take care.